And who gives this woman to this man?
The mother and
For those of you who don't know me, my name is Father Peter, or Pastor Pete, either is okay. I have so much love for both Cody and Laura, and I am truly honored to be able to be here and be part of their wedding. On behalf of Cody, Laura, the Goolsby family, and the Hogan family, I'd like to express their love and appreciation to each of you for making the journey to be there with them on this most special of days. As we look back on the last few months, it's easy, more so now than ever, to recognize how precious moments like these are. Perhaps you, like myself, took for granted this ability to come together, to congregate, to celebrate with our friends and family. So as we celebrate, let us stay completely present and enjoy every moment of this day with Cody and Laura. As we all know, many of the original guests were unable to be in attendance today. For those of you here, feel honored. Know that you hold a special place in the hearts of Cody and Laura. But also know that you have a responsibility. You must show Cody and Laura the love and support of all those not with us today. You must laugh twice as hard, dance twice as much, sing twice as loud, eat until you are gorged, and drink. I'm familiar with many of us here, so let's just do that how we normally do. When we think about those not with us today, we know that more so than anyone else, Cody's father, Jeff, wishes he could be here. As we remember Jeff, as we feel his presence among us, and as we imagine him watching over us, let us imagine him the happiest we have ever seen him. Because he is happy, he is elated, he loved Cody and he loved Laura. And he loved the idea of these two families coming together and the promise of the new life it would bring. So I will ask you now to bow your heads for a moment of silence, not only for Jeff, but for all those not with us today. Thank you. Many of you may have known either Cody or Laura longer than I have, so you know the caliber of the people standing before you here today. You know how compassionate, how loving they are, how there does not exist a better friend, someone who will support you and be there in the exact moment you need them most. Someone who will step into the middle of a conversation with no idea what the topic is. Repeat whatever nonsense you just said just twice as loud. Because even if you're wrong, they would never let you stand alone. Cody moved to Brevard from Florida when we were in elementary school. And although we weren't super close growing up, we ran in the same circles in high school and had our fair share of memorable nights, all in which we demonstrated our excellent decision-making and advanced maturity. We became much closer after I moved to Wilmington. There's a lot of that crowd here today. This is where Laura became an integral part of our tradition of elite decision-making and maturity. Perhaps most notably on those quiet Wednesday nights at a quaint little bar called Charlie Brown's. I met Laura when I first moved to Wilmington. I was working as what I would refer to as a bartender. Laura, on the other hand, seemed to, and most likely still prefers the term pool boy. It is true, the beginning of our relationship consisted of me bringing mango margarita after mango margarita after mango margarita to Laura and her friends as they lounged poolside. Had it not been for the exorbitant tips left on the Hogan family account, we might not be here today. So, thank you, Bill. Over the next few years, I, like many of you, was able to see firsthand what a tremendous person Laura is. And our friendship grew into one that I will cherish forever. But how did we get here? After careful consideration of what this relationship could be, I introduced these two at a Wilmington Sharks baseball game. I thought it was the perfect setup. Laura's love for baseball, beaten into her by her 3 brothers and father, had her primed for romance. For Cody, it was a sport. Didn't matter which one. Could have been badminton, pickleball, as long as there was the promise of cheap beer. Despite these optimal settings, the love did not blossom immediately. But don't worry, they both played the long game fabulously. Sometime down the road, Cody left his job at the local news station to work with Laura at an in-home marketing firm. And to this day, I'm not sure if it was Cody's plan, knowing that Laura would be unable to resist the temptation that is this hunk of man, as it sat just feet away from her in basketball shorts, day after day, hour after hour, wearing her down little by little. And had she already seen the Mustang? And secretly decided that Cody was her man, and this was just the first step in her planning the rest of his life. Either way, the result is standing before us today. And I think I can speak for all of us when I say it's about damn time. Cody and Laura did not trust me with their vows, so I will now give up the mic to them. Laura, lovely and white, will get to go first.
Oh, okay. Alright, Cody, my best friend, my absolute everything. When I pictured this day, it was difficult for me to picture this very moment. Not because I didn't want to be here, but because it felt for so long like it's already happened. Like the relationships we built, the experiences we've had, and the problems we faced together have created a marriage way before a ceremony ever did. I have. Okay. When we met, I loved your loud and infectious laugh, your happy-go-lucky attitude, and that sense of humor that can make the angriest of people happy. Then I slowly but surely fell in love with your big heart, easy patience, and overall love for life. So my promises. I promise to try, every day. Whether it's trying to help you look for the keys you haven't yet tried to look for yourself, or trying to do something to make your day just a little easier, or a little brighter. I promise to never stop trying. I promise to encourage, support, and believe in you. To support you daily as much as you support me when I have to use Microsoft Excel. Through accidents or happiness, loss or joy, you have supported me and everyone else around you. You have never once made me feel less than and focus only on building me up. I promise to show you that same support every single day. I promise to go with the flow and let loose as much as my personality will allow. Say yes to road trips, going off trail, or dancing late night in the kitchen, even if that means getting tips. To never hold you back and always keep our adventure going. I promise to always go. I promise to help. Help listen when you need it, and distract when you don't. I will help keep our love steady and strong as we continue to grow together. And of course, I promise to help find the cat's paw whenever you need it. I'm so lucky to have found someone to laugh at life's mundane moments, and to overcome or simply just be sad with at life's hardest. I have found the strongest, happiest friendship in you. And I promise to spend every day trying to bring even a portion of the amount of joy you brought to my life.
Wow.
Oh my God, that was over with. I can over it right till the end.
The napkin.
Oh, I thought you were trying to thank me.
Nice. Also deserving. Laura.
You are the love of my life and my best friend. Nearly 6 years ago, I told you that I felt you were the first person who truly cared about me, and I meant it. Yes, I felt the love of family and friends, especially over the past week, but nothing like what you have shown me. And since that date 6 years ago, I've got to experience what it's truly like to be loved by somebody with all their heart. Through all my faults, failures, bad jokes, and embarrassing moments, like singing Lizzo in the airport, you've never faltered in the love that you've shown me. I love you and everything about you. From the way we can laugh together to the way that we support each other's hopes and dreams. I love your thoughtfulness, like whenever you secretly bake my grandma's cake. I love how you accept me, even when I turn on the 6 football game in just 2 days, in a 2-day span. And I love how we can spend practically every moment of the day together, even though everyone else thinks it's insane. It works. Love works. And I can't wait to spend every moment with you for the rest of our lives. I promise to love you and take care of you the rest of my life, through sickness and in health, through freakouts on ladders on Grandfather Mountain, to tears on the side of ski slopes in Vail. I also promise to kill all the bugs in the house and give you the last seltzer. As long as you promise to always help me find things that are right in front of me, because you'll be doing that forever. I love you, Laura, and I hope everyone can find the kind of love that we have. So here's a tip for all you men out there. The best way to really woo your girl is with flowers and a poem.
Oh, you've never given me flowers before.
I told Laura, I always told her that I would save flowers for special occasions. So what better time than now? And now the work of art for the poem. Roses are red, violets are... No? Oh, I'm just kidding. I really am. Okay. When we met, I didn't realize our life would become one. But boy, weren't those last 8 years a whole lot of fun. We've come a long way since our backup date with James T. Now I'm standing here about to make a love decree. I'll love you forever and never leave you behind, because you are my everything, so beautiful, sweet, and kind. I hope you accept this ring, so our hearts will forever be tied. I swear to make you happy forever, my amazing, beautiful bride.
No.
I know you can put them down. I can't even back for you. See what she did to my flowers, guys?
I'd like to speak just a moment about how special I know this relationship is. I lived with Cody and Laura for almost a year and was able to witness many of the things you just heard them speak about. Cody never looks for anything, and they do spend literally 23 hours a day in the same room. I thought it was insane, and at the time, no way it could last. But as I learned, and as I know for sure now, they have found what we all hope to find, and that is a partner who we can truly call our best friend. So now we have rings.
You didn't forget her, right? I gave them to the right person. I took it. Gotcha. Yeah. There's 2 in there. I swear I've checked. Okay.
These rings are a physical representation of your love and commitment to each other. When you look down upon them, let it be a reminder of this day and how loved you are. Let them comfort you in those few moments you are apart. Very few moments. Very few. Cody? Now, Laura.
I got it.
But we still can kiss. Today we have witnessed Cody and Laura declare their love for each other and promise to spend the rest of their lives devoted to one another. As a witness to this, you are also making a promise to love them and support them in any way they may need as they continue their journey through life together. So by the power so wisely and so quickly vested in me, I pronounce you man and wife. You may kiss the bride. and gentlemen, for the very first time, I give you Mr. and Mrs. Goolsby.